up, run it up, let it go. You move on, move out, you never know.
What's up, y'all? This is Slim Charlie Records. We are back with another interview. I am here with the guy, okay? Big Chris. So why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do, what you about.
I'm Chris Cassius. They call me Six Bricks sometimes. If you know, for real. I'm one of the members of Two World Order, which is a collective based in Baltimore, which is pretty much like the mission is to like tap into our ideas of like infrastructure and things, and like really create this system that could pipeline people to their goals musically and artistically, not just music, but in several different mediums or whatever. So yeah, I'm part of that. And everything else is just whatever you hear. Right. You know what I'm saying? People say a lot of things about me, so hopefully they're all good.
So what part of town are you from? Where was you raised?
I am from Northeast Baltimore, but when I put it on paper or like I present myself in front of, crowds and things of that nature, I always just say East Baltimore because I feel like, that's just the side of the state that I'm from. But to be specific, if anybody was curious, I am from the North.
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. So, do you have anything coming out, anything that you're working on right now that, you want people to all tune into?
Yeah, so actually on a personal level, for one, I'm working on my album. Okay. It's called Angels Over East. And I've been working on it since 2020. And that was just going through a lot of like mental gymnastics and like really like trying to find myself as I was going through the process or whatever. But I feel like the album is like really important to me, and I hope that it's important to people and people who support me when I put it out. And it's really just like, I don't know, for me mentally, right? When I put this out, it's like I never put anything out before, even though I have. You know what I'm saying? If you've heard it, you've heard it for real. So even though I have, but I feel like this is like the checkpoint I was waiting on, So it hold a lot of emotional value and shit like that for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Like, I feel like sometimes like when you put some work out, you done listen to it so many times before it even come out. Yeah. And so then, at that point, like it come out and you like, I can do better.
Yeah, every time. But this one is just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm at a place in my life where this is like the bar that like a lot of old versions of myself wanted to reach. You know what I'm saying? So like I keep that part in mind, and I try not to let my like skill set at this point get like like worn for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead, I kind of like just keep polishing it over and over and over. So yeah.
Okay. So do you have anything that is a favorite of yours, or do you have any work that's out that you feel like is your best, that you would allow to speak for you?
Okay, so we got, you could go listen to Project Purple, which is like I call it Project Purple because it was this 3 6 Mafia inspired beat that one of my friends, his name Dewey Lowe, he produced, and I kind of, in certain sections of the song, I kind of like mimic Project Pat flow, so I just call it Project Purple because purple is my favorite color, and I'll be like branding with purple and stuff like that. So you can listen to that, but that's more like of a turn up, like you might have caught a mosh pit in the crowd once or twice from the song, or you could listen to the intro, like the purple intro, which is it's I always get his name wrong, but it's a Theophilus London beat that one of my friends found on Bandcamp. He was like, yo, you gotta rap on this. And I was like, I don't know if I want to rap on it. But I did it anyway, and it actually turned out to be like one of my best verses, like on a lyrical level. So
what made you feel like you didn't want to rap on it?
Cause it was just like, so majority of the project specifically that this music is on, it was like a little more like upbeat, like turn up type stuff. But this was like this is like, how can I say it? Like it was like hella instruments in the beat, and it was very like not boom bap, but like one of these kids out here right now might call that boom bap, and I understand why they would. You feel me? But it wasn't boom bap like from the soul. But I get why they would say that for real. It was like beats that like a Currency or like a Freddie Gibbs or like Griselda would rap on for real. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really the shit you go do at the show and everybody start jumping around. But I was performing it anyway and they loved it for real. But that's neither here nor there.
So what do you feel like is your thing? What type of artist do you feel like you are?
I think at this point in my my journey, I think I've come to realize that I do better when I really got something to say. I can make like the fun like shit all day long. But when I really put a message into what I'm doing and really take time and like do the triple entendres and all the other stuff, like I'm really good at that. And I had to learn to like separate myself from the what seemed cool or what seemed relevant and just stick to what I'm actually good at. Okay. And things started to excel more when I accepted that. So I think I'm more with like a lyrical artist for real.
So what was your childhood and teenage years like, and at what point did you get exposed to music and decide, okay, I want to like dig into this?
I got exposed to music like early on in the sense of people being artists, because like my uncles rapped, like my mother's brothers, they rapped, and my actual dad rapped, and my older brother. So it was like they all were already artists, and I didn't get to see them do it like firsthand, but it was always talked about like family gatherings and stuff like that. So I was already aware of what it was to be an artist when I was probably like 5 or 6 or something like that. Yeah, and I guess my story differed from everybody in the sense of, well, it tends to, in the sense of like, I didn't decide I wanted to rap until I was like 16. Right. And a lot of people, they be like, oh no, I was doing music when I was like 6, 7, 8. And I was like, shit, I wasn't thinking about music. I was running around outside being a badass kid. Yeah. And so my first time actually like recording I was 16. Wow. Yeah. And I grew up on like a lot of R&B. It wasn't even rap. So it was like, yeah, I kind of like had to gear myself toward it for real.
Okay. So who would you say is somebody in the music realm, like the whole realm? I won't even say in the industry because there's so many people that's underground that are just so legit. So who would you say is your like your biggest influence?
Drake.
What? Man, that's my favorite artist.
Yo.
Not my favorite rapper, not my favorite singer, my favorite artist.
But you said it right. You feel me? I feel like the same things that he get flack for is what make him like one of if not the greatest artist of this time for real, because as much as people hate the fact that he will like tap into different like genres and cultures and things and put it in his music, I think that's a genius thing, because it shows people that they don't have to just be this like one-dimensional thing or whatever. Like that's why I will go like rap a song and then I'll walk around telling people I'm the greatest rapper ever, and then like I'll go sing something. Like, because it's like, who's to tell me I can't do that? But
exactly.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I was with a group of people last night, and I just asked them before I told them Drake was my favorite artist. I said, so do you feel like Drake has ever or could ever be duplicated? And they like, well, he duplicates so many other people. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but we're gonna call him the sample god.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, but I
can't be matched.
Yeah, no, facts.
You can't duplicate Drake.
It's just like you could do it, like you could do what Drake do, but I don't think you could do it as good as he do it. That's just my opinion. Like I don't think, like I think, like I said, you could give him hell for tapping into other cultures and sampling other cultures and things like that in their music. But I don't think nobody, at least right now, could go do that same thing and it'd be just as good.
Man, I ain't never heard no song like, this reminds me of Drake.
Nah, hell no.
Never.
Now, I mean, I do be, but like, all right, so I can say, like, for instance, if people would say right now, like, oh, he was just rapping and then he started singing, and that's like a Drake thing. Yes. You feel me? Like that idea, I feel like currently people get that from You know what I'm saying? They might be, like, people might not give them credit for it because they wasn't there or some shit. But you know, that history repeat itself. Artists been doing it. You got Ja Rule and like people like that who like even 50 Cent shit who would sing hooks and shit. So like, and even they got that from somewhere. Right. You know what I'm saying? So ain't about who did it first. It's about who did it best.
Thanks. So when you think about hip hop right now, like when you just think about the entire culture, just the rap game, really, like, do you feel like it's in trouble? If you do, what do you feel like it needs? Do you think it's thriving?
I don't think so. I think the idea that people have latched onto might be in trouble. And I think that's because people aren't willing to evolve for real. So you have like these like podcasts and things full of these guys who was born in like the 70s, early 80s or whatever, and they get on these like platforms and they talk about like people like a Lil Uzi or whatever the case for real. Y'all know where I'm going with this. But like they can't accept that type of stuff. And I'm not even saying that I like all of that stuff. Like I'm not a Playboy Cardi fan. Right. I had never really like could get with the music. It just wasn't for me. But I understand how music has taken itself there. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to like a rap genre. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like we evolve. Even as humans, like we adapt over time and like evolution and all that other stuff. So the music just evolved into something else. And you got to be willing to accept and play your role in this. So I don't think that rap as a whole is in trouble or is headed somewhere that's wrong. I just think the idea that people try to nail it down to has moved. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be willing to move with it. It's just what it is.
It's just the flow. It's just emotion.
Music change over time.
Definitely. It changes and it also goes into cycles. Like people definitely back in the day have called music changing to be kind of what it is now. Like people like, you know, Tupac even, I don't remember if he said it either in a song or an interview that just basically like niggas gonna be getting away with doing the bare minimum on these beats and it's gonna catch on. Yeah. So, you know, it just, you know, I guess it just is what it is. Yeah. But so when you think about, you know, your career and just being able to just connect with more people and kind of just reach out to, you know, different artists, who do you see yourself wanting to work with first?
I want to work with Free Party. I hope I said that right. Free Party. They local though. They not local. Well, I think they based in Maryland. If I'm not sure, it's two guys. I really hope I just said their name right. But they fire. Like they're
so
pretty good. Yeah, and they rap. Like they really fire. I think they was just on tour like a month or so ago, and they kind of like really building their name up and like really getting out there now. I could see myself. It's not a lot of rappers that I be wanting to work with, cause
not even like big time.
I'll take a Drake verse in a heartbeat.
Who wouldn't?
Drake could hum the whole verse.
Like,
I'm putting it out.
That's how you get on.
Yeah, I'm putting it out.
Fuck it. The Drake feature.
Yeah, no, it's done deal. Yeah. But damn, on a rap tip, I think, I would want to work with maybe a Drake, a Jay-Z, of course. I would want to work with. I could do a verse with Meek Mill. I would like to do a verse with Meek Mill, but not like the club Meek Mill. More like mixtape, intro Meek Mill type shit. I would want to work with Benny the Butcher and Larry June. There's a couple people. I say it's like
that was about 6.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like a solid 10 who I would just like instantly say yes, no question for real. Right. You know what I mean? Everybody else I would have to like really think about it. I could definitely go with like some R&B singers too, like SZA and
Walker.
I don't know.
Oh no! Oh man, I love Summer Walker.
I had something against Summer Walker ever since she said all the baby need is a pea and a couple slices of orange.
Her baby don't look bad.
I'm not
She
saying.
seems to be doing okay.
I think maybe it's because somebody told her that pea and then slices of oranges wasn't gonna cut it. But it's neither here nor there.
Okay,
She make good music though.
You more along probably like the neo soul.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
I
what
really.
do.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, is this music, rap, whatever, like, is this the end all be all for you? Like, is this what you want? Like, is this what you want to, be able to, like, be your main source of income, provide for people? Like, is this it? Is this you?
I think so. I don't think I'll stop at rap though, but I think I do have intentions on making it a big like source of like my my living or whatever you want to call it, like my situation, my plans, my future goals and stuff. Like it's definitely in there.
Okay.
Yeah, even like in other mediums though, like when it comes to like poetry or like writing for other people or
definitely
like studio work and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? I have intentions on making that like a future of mine. So, after that I might try like the 50 Cent route, write a TV show or something.
Oh, definitely.
You never know. There you go. Anyway.
So where do you see yourself in 2 years?
In 2 years, I'm about to be like the greatest rapper in the world. In 2 years, I'm about to be like once I put my album up.
Yeah.
It's
that might as well just be the next album name in 2 years.
Yeah, it's
the
just
greatest rapper.
Yeah, the greatest rapper in the world. It's like, no. I ain't gonna say I feel like I'm the greatest rapper in the world. I just think I'm one of the good in the world. I'll say that. I'm not gonna be egotistical.
I mean, you can be. That's all you
mean, yeah.
That brings me to the next question.
Okay, all right. That was a good segue. What sets me apart?
What makes you different?
I feel like I don't have to conform to the common, like what the cool kids is doing at the time. Yeah. I think I intentionally like go against the grain to try to set myself apart, and it still worked. I think that, and also I feel like for a lot of people who rap, I think the difference is like you feel what I'm saying, even if I'm not saying something crazier than like the guy standing next to me or whatever. Like I feel like I always seem to show more emotion than others a lot of the time. Yeah. Because I had found myself in situations where people be like I've been rapping for so long. Like I used to go to like ciphers and stuff, like, and you know what I mean. Like it's been several times like where people might have a better verse than I had, but it don't feel the same. And I tell people that a lot, like especially like when me and my friends get to joking around and just talking shit to each other and stuff. But it just be like, that's not gonna feel like this. Like it's different. I don't know. I don't even know. I guess it's just something I got in the soul for real. But to invoke like emotion and stuff, like that's I guess a God-given thing for real. So I really think that's what really sets me apart, just on the surface level. Like you feel what I'm saying, even if I'm not saying shit. Like for real, like it feel different, and that's a big thing.
Well, we want everybody who comes on here to really talk their stuff. Like if you want here, it's because you're doing something right.
Oh, shit.
Like
me?
Sure. Like I'm an artist myself, and I just find myself always being able to be inspired by others, and those is people you can't never stop learning. You never can stop learning.
She fire if y'all. Y'all need to go listen to it.
Okay.
Y'all better tap in.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for real.
So when it comes to just obstacles in your regular daily life, and when it comes to putting out music, like how do you deal with that?
Damn.
Who or what are your safe places?
Who or what? Who or what? Oh, my safe place probably like music and my mother. But I feel like that might be for a lot of like artists that can relate. Like For real. Like, it's like, you know, like, music is very, like, therapeutic.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't really talk to people a lot about, like, issues or something like that. Like, I'm one of the type of people, I give advice all day long, but I don't really, like, talk about what I got on my mind or, like, what I might be going through. Like, I just kind of go through that shit and I tough it out, which is not healthy. I don't recommend it. Go get a therapist.
Okay.
Yeah, for real. But like I said, I give advice all day. But definitely music in my mom, just because I feel like if I do need to talk, and if I'm gonna talk to anybody, why wouldn't it be my mother at least? And I'm glad that we got that kind of like relationship where I could do that.
Absolutely.
And then the music is like, I may not like sit down and talk to somebody about what I got on my mind, but if you listen to what I'm saying in certain songs and stuff like that, like you can hear it in the song. And that really just be for me. It don't really even be for the sake of like response or like being checked up on or something like that. That'd be, I gotta get this off, you know what I'm saying? So it won't drive me crazy.
Yeah.
So
This is the best way that I know how to
yeah, hell yeah. At least the healthiest way to get that shit off.
So like, how often might you make something that you don't even like put out, like that you don't even want to put out? You just made it just because you need to do it.
Cause I put a lot of it out, but the ones that I keep, they it's like once in a blue moon.
Okay.
Like it's like once in a blue moon for real. Certain songs that like really just be like real like heavy for real. Like it be down there like I can't even play this again. Like I just put it away type stuff. Like I've probably done that like over the last like 3 years. I've probably done like maybe like 3 or 4 of those where I just was like I gotta get rid of this. Like I gotta this just sits in my file somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how experimental are you willing to get with music? You know, I heard you talking about that beat earlier, and it had, you know, all the different instruments in it. It was kind of like, what? So, you know, how, like, are there any genres that you haven't tried yet that you plan on trying, like, once you continue to master what you're doing now?
No, I mean, I feel like I'm open to doing a lot of different sounds or whatever. Like, I'm willing to try at least once for real.
Yeah.
And then like low key, like when I get old, I want to play in a band before it's all said and done. So like I want to be in a band. I only know how to play a sax, but I want to play guitar.
Sax is lit.
Do you feel me?
Instruments, lit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been a long time since I picked one up, but I'm sure like I could get the scale off at least right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
you should have brought that.
you feel? I don't even have one. You feel me? But when I talk about it, like it was like probably like a year ago, maybe a year and a half. I was talking to Al Rogers. Shout out to him. I was talking to Al Rogers about it, and because he was telling me about an album he was working on, and he already had knew that because we had a conversation prior about me playing sax. He was like, "Yo, you really should like add that to what you do." And I'm like, I don't know how to fucking. He like, nigga, just go out there and sax on like everybody else be doing. Rap the verse, play this. I'm like, damn, that would be crazy. Maybe one day. Maybe one day, I don't know. But as far as the genres and stuff go, I'm willing to try everything at least once. A few years ago, I did have a friend that was working at Atlantic, and she was like hitting me about like just writing different styles of music. So I tried a couple of different things. I think I might have even wrote like a little rock song at the time or whatever. And you know, so I'm willing to like, I'll definitely put the pen to paper on it. Now, if it's sometimes like I might write something that's just not for me, and that's like you really got to learn that too. Like, what's not for you to perform?
Yeah,
like it might
true.
be, you know what I'm saying? You might need to put that in somebody else's hands
That's
for real.
true.
So yeah, but I try everything. So I write a rock song, a neo soul, so shit, whatever. I'll give it a shot. You know.
So what life lessons do you feel like have carried you through your life and especially your artistry?
My most recent lesson in life was I learned sometimes you have to lose yourself to realize you weren't even being yourself.
Snacks.
You dig what I'm saying? So like that's like 2 weeks brand new. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a very new lesson for me. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta like fall off and like, you know, go into one of them places that might be dark at the time for real, But it take that to even realize, like, damn, I wasn't even being myself all this time. Like, I'm out here telling people, like, I think I might have lost myself. Like, no, nigga, you just wasn't being yourself. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you fall in that dark place because yourself is waiting for you to come in there and get it.
So do you feel like right now, at this point in your life, you are as much yourself, like, as you can be? Do you feel firm in who you are?
Yeah. I think I am. I mean, I'm flawed. Don't get me wrong. Like, I got shit I still need to work on as a person. Yeah. But I think this is one of the truest forms of myself that I'm gonna find at this point in age in my life. And I think I just have to sharpen this and be better versions of this every day.
Okay. And so, is there anything that you want people to know as far as the level in the rap game that you're on right now? Like, is anything that you want people to understand about just where, you know, you and others of your friends, like, where you guys are right now, like, on the, you know, the rap scale? Like, I can't really say where you are because I'm not a rapper. Yeah. But you feel me? Like, whatever level you feel like you are on in this game right now, is there anything you want people to understand? Are there any misconceptions about it, about the work that you have to do? And the things you go through?
I guess, all right, let me think. Hold on.
Well, I'll share something with you. So me personally, I feel like, you know, people kind of press up on you to put music out. They don't really know all the work that it takes, you know, to put things out, to market things, to, you feel me, get it mixed by the right person. And then what happens if you fall out with a person that mix really well or maybe beats really well, and then you gotta go meet a new person, like, you know, like, it's just, for me, kind of what I be wanting people to understand, because, you know, I go through stuff too, and, you know, people is always so quick to say, put it into the music, like, bitch, the music need money.
Right. It ain't free, for real.
It ain't free.
Don't get the beefing with the engineer. Don't get the beefing with the guy or with the person who made the beat. Lord forbid you fall out with the person on the feature. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. Like, it'll change the dynamics of everything. I think for me, it's like, it might be like two things. So one, like, Chris Cassius don't do no gatekeeping. I don't care where you may think I land on whatever totem pole y'all might think works outside in this little scene or whatever. Yeah. I don't do no gatekeeping. I don't do no toe stepping. I don't get in the way of nobody and their success is for real. What's for you, I pray to God it stay that way, because I hope it stays that way for me too. And, you know, I like seeing people win. And two, don't get things confused outside. Like, everybody, you gotta accept and you gotta be a realist. Everybody not your friend. You can't look at everything like, oh, we do music, we best of buddies. No. Know who is for you and who isn't. Know what's business and know what's friends and family and all that other stuff. Don't be so quick to, you know, get out here and, like, expose yourself to certain energies and when you're not aware of what the energy's intention is. You know what I'm saying? Because you get lost. Those things derail you. Those things slow you down. That type of stuff will get in the way of everything you got set out for you to do, and you'll be sitting on a project for 10 years and just never do anything because you got so mixed up in emotions and feelings and things and fallouts and all that other stuff. Stay your course. Trust the people who you're supposed to trust, because you know who they are, truthfully. Your intuition speaks to you. And you know who you're supposed to be around. You know who you're not. You know who you feel uneasy about being around. Keep that type of shit in mind.
Thanks. So, I mean, last but not least, would you like to spit something for this crowd on this YouTube? It's up to you. You know,
let me think.
I get a little charged up.
I got one. Okay. Itching for the money is the root of all. Enemies that a nigga used to root for, dog. How the fuck these motherfuckers talking down on me? And all these other people want to put a crown on me. They say I drink a lot. Well, nigga, I know that. I seen niggas murdered, still trying to cope that. Devil in the corner trying to take my hope back. Numb to everything but the pussy. Yeah, I need my whole back. Looking up to God, forgive me for every crime. Calm on my line, I'm picking up in due time. Rob a nigga blind and pray about every line. Thought about my sins when I wrote this. It's a real thin line I've been dancing on. Alcohol burned my vision. Am I right or I'm wrong? Blood all on my hands, got the word on my palms. Cassius.
Word. Cassius. Okay. Any shout outs?
Shout out to Two World Order. You know, my collective, my family, my peoples. Big shout outs to my DJ, Planet. Y'all go follow Planet, man. Planet is a great DJ. Follow Morphin Grid. That's his platform. He does like dance parties and stuff. It ain't about rappers, it ain't about singers. It's about coming down there, playing video games, and you feel me, vibing out to the music, do a little dance and have some fun for real. That will be located at Motor House. You know what I'm saying? So follow Morphin Grid. Shout out to my DJ Planet. And go to the parties or whatever, right? Yeah. And I said shout out to Two Word already. Yeah. And you know, shout out to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with y'all too, but you know, only the family.
Okay, well thank you so much for coming on Slim Charlie Records. And that's a wrap, y'all. So go check him out, check his music out. I will be definitely dropping links below.
Yes.
And we will see y'all next week.
Peace.